Hi, Alan Stratton from As Wood Turns. Christmas ornaments are coming in for the Christmas Ornament Challenge, at least the pictures of the Christmas ornaments, and they're looking great. I'd love to see your Christmas ornament in the challenge. Meanwhile, this is a style ornament that I like. I've made similar ones before, and it's actually inspired by a Celtic knot, but instead of being a regular pattern, it is a random pattern with slices of different colors of wood going through the main body. I actually call it my Saturn style, although I think Saturn's rings are much more parallel. These are random and oblique, and I kind of like the style of it, so I hope you do too. Now, this ornament I would not call segmented. I call this laminated because it's just random pieces put together. Let's make this laminated Saturn style Christmas ornament.
For this project, I'm starting with a piece of scrap walnut. As usual, I need to quickly round it and cut a mounting tenon. And with the wood reversed into a chuck, round off the other end into a smooth cylinder. Now for the first cut. I'm eyeballing the angles for this ornament. I'm using a clamp to secure the round wood. Otherwise, it could roll in the cut and create a dangerous situation. Then at the sander, clean up the mating ends. Then I realized how hard it will be to clamp an angled cut. I decided to drill a hole for a dowel to keep things aligned while under clamping pressure. This drilling would have been better before the wood was cut. Then I can glue the pieces together with quick epoxy. I'm careful to completely mix the hardener and resin. Then apply to the wood and clamp it. Epoxy is gap filling and has a quicker turnaround time than PVA glue. I'm gluing some maple veneer on both sides of the insert for better definition. I've remounted the wood back on the lathe to trim back the edges of the insert. It does not have to be perfect. In fact, I'll leave it a bit rough to avoid cutting back too much. The last thing is to re-drill the center hole. It is easier now than in halves. After sawing another angle, I'm at the sander for another surface refining. Back to my fancy gluing station, parchment paper on my table saw. At the lathe, I clean up the insert again and re-drill the hole. After all, I epoxied that dowel in pretty good. Back to glue the last slice. That will be enough for this ornament. At the lathe again, this time is not solely to clean up the insert. This time I need to trim back until the slices are fully exposed and form a nice oval shape. This is spindle gouge work. After trimming off one end, I can re-drill the hole one last time. This ornament is small enough that I will not try to hollow it. Then I mounted the ornament on a pen mandrel for a thorough sanding. Then I apply shellac friction polish and rub it to a nice shine. Now for the finial. I've mounted a tropical hardwood pen blank in my long nose jaws. I first form the 1/4-inch mounting tenon, then form a simple shape for the top. A couple of burn lines will complete the finial. Then reverse the top finial for a final sand, drill for the hanger, and apply shellac friction polish. For the bottom finial, I'm remounting the pen blank just like the top finial and 1/4-inch mounting tenon. Sorry, I did not get the camera on for this part, but I've reversed the finial in the jaws and for the tip of the finial. Then I add my lathe center adapter that will support the end of the finial. It is good support, so I don't have to support the finial while I form the remainder. After a thorough sanding, some shellac friction polish finishes the ornament. Gluing in a hanger wire completes this small ornament. I like the look of the slanted rings. It has some of the look of a Celtic knot, but more random inserts. However, next time I would make the inserts thinner. Another ornament for the Christmas Ornament Challenge. Make your ornament and send in your picture during November. I love this ornament. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe on my website, tell your friends, and submit your comments and questions. Every week I make a new wood turning video. Please wear your full face shield. Santa will not protect you. Until next week's video, this is Alan Stratton from As Wood Turns.